Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bronx Baseball and Beer. I am Scottso Fryer.
And I'm Chris Not Yet Notter.
We got episode number 72, Notter. 72 episodes of Bronx Baseball and Beer. We're inching closer to 100. We got a lot to talk about today. Yanks kind of up and down again, but they're still maintaining the lead. Mets and Braves still neck and neck. We are going to talk Triple Crown with Aaron Judge. Albert Pujols almost to 700. Stick around. Let's talk about it.
SeatGeek. Our first date was at a basketball game.
Just what every girl wants, right?
What? What's more romantic than two people sharing their passion?
No, you're right. It was actually pretty romantic.
And we had great seats. Remember?
We even made it to the kiss cam. That's when I knew it was for real.
I won twice that night.
Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Use code BronxBBB.
It's about time we got to work. There we go.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Bronx Baseball and Beer. I am Scottso Fryer.
Chris Not Yet Notter.
And we are glad to be back with you guys. We are episode number 72. Again, rolling on towards 700 or 700. I'm not Albert Pujols.
I was just going to say
We're
somebody
rolling
else is
on
rolling
towards
towards
100
700
episodes. And we got the new setup going on. We are pumped to be here. And before we even get going, we got these cool little things on the desk here, these cool tumblers.
Yeah.
We have to say thank you to our friend Angela, and she really did a great job. It's from Easy Custom Creations, and we got her through our friend Figs from IDBN Customs, and she did these up. I think I talked to her Wednesday, Notter?
Oh, they came like right away.
Wednesday. We finalized everything on Thursday night, and this
Really
morning in the mailbox, we had these awesome tumblers, the B3 tumblers. They're personalized, Scottso and Notter. They got waveforms on them with our names, and these are very cool. So thank you, Angie. We appreciate you. And go check out Easy Custom Creations on Instagram. And if you want something, she can do anything you want because she literally made these custom for us. So Easy Custom Creations, that's Easy Custom Creations, and ask for Angie and tell her we sent you here at Bronx Baseball and Beer.
Absolutely. Thank you, Angie. Appreciate
All right,
it.
let's get cracking. Yanks 5-2 in the last week. We swept the Red Sox as usual.
Fantastic news.
It was good.
No matter what part of the season you're in, whether you're 12 games up, 5 games up, 2 games up, you sweep Boston, it's a win.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
And I made a comment. I think it was on Facebook, Notter. I made a comment on my personal page that it was really weird to see a Yankees Red Sox game in September.
Yeah.
And not have Fenway be slam full. I mean, like busting at the seams with people. I mean, I would say it was probably 2/3 of the way full, maybe less, maybe half full.
Yeah, I think
there's a lot of empty seats.
I think that kind of tells you the state of affairs in Boston, right?
Yeah,
I mean, listen, it's been a really rough season for them and Alex Cora, and listen, it's always more fun when the Sox are in it, right?
Absolutely.
It's always a blast, but I'm not sad that they're in last place. You know what I mean? Or
right.
I'm not upset about it, but at the same time, yeah, you usually see Fenway, sold out, especially when it's against the Yankees. And
in September,
it's just like I talk about the state of affairs at Fenway. The video that's going around right now of the guy that's behind home plate, and he yells to Aaron Judge, who's up. He's like, "You suck," or "You stink," or whatever it is. And then
he hits one into the light pole.
He hits one out of the stadium, and then the Yankee fan next to him's like, "No, he doesn't." But that's just like that's Boston right now. You can't even talk trash.
I know it.
I know, and it's like I kind of even almost feel bad talking trash to Boston fans.
I don't do it anymore. I don't. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's almost like kicking a kid after you steal his ice cream.
Yeah,
right?
It's like exactly
slapping him in the face. With
you guys suck
after you steal it. But let's get a different perspective. Let's bring in our guy Joey Stats.
Joey Stats.
He's our resident Sox fan. He's over there on the ones and twos. Joey, what's going on, man? How are you feeling right now? You moved on to football already?
I mean, I've been watching the games, but yeah, I moved on to football. I'm going to the Red Sox Yankee game Saturday in New York, for my buddy's bachelor party.
That'd be fun.
Actually,
All right,
that's
cool.
kind of hush hush.
It's on a hush hush.
Yeah, whatever. It's gonna be a surprise. I don't know if he watches, but yeah, no, I mean it's tough. It's tough to be in this position. I mean, you guys are rolling away with it. I mean, what am I gonna do?
Well, I mean, listen,
I got to root for the Mets. I got to root for the Braves, I guess.
Don't root for the Mets, dude. Come on. Listen,
I mean,
we brought you in here knowing you were a Red Sox fan, but the whole Mets thing, that's going a little too far. We might have to reconsider this.
Okay.
But yeah, but listen, it's never the same. And a lot of the fans that were in Fenway the last series in Boston for the 2 games, a lot of those fans were Yankee fans.
Yeah, I mean, you could just tell it just wasn't the same. You know what I mean? It was again, just kind of a sad thing to see. Not really. But no, I mean, listen, Red Sox have a lot of work to do. They know what they need to do to win. And it's just a matter of whether the organization's going to allow them to do that. And listen, they need pitching.
Yeah.
They have a lot of really difficult decisions to coming up with Xander Bogaerts and, Devers. And it's like, what are you going to do? It's almost like I don't want to say rebuild, but you kind of are looking at, do they start just riding the train with the young guys?
I mean, it's hard to say. They got the money. I mean, obviously they have the money. It's Boston. It's not like they're the Pirates and they're hurting for money.
Yeah.
Is John Henry going to spend the money? Is Bloom the guy to build the team? Or are they going to move on from that? They're going to bring somebody else in because speaking as just a baseball fan perspective, throw the Yankee fan out. I mean, as a Yankee fan, I want the Red Sox to be relevant. It's fun to kick them when they're down. It's fun to see them in last place, have a losing season.
Yeah.
After we've had 30 straight winning seasons, it's fun to see them. But it's also at the same time, it's not fun because, like you said, baseball is better when the Red Sox are relevant.
Mm-hmm.
When the Red Sox and Yankees play each other, baseball wins.
Definitely.
It's always the most watched game on TV on Sunday Night Baseball. When the Red Sox play the Yankees, it's always the most watched game of the week.
Yeah.
So it's always more fun. But I'm going to speak as if I'm a Red Sox fan. If I'm a Red Sox fan, I want Bloom out. He's already proven that he can't. He's not the guy.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, right. He's not the guy. Okay, John Henry. He's done a great job with his team over the last 20 years. Obviously, you can't argue with the results, right? They've had a few losing seasons, but they've had more World Series than the Yankees have had. What have they got? 4? The Red Sox have won 4 since the 2000s. Since 2004, they've won 4 World Series.
Yeah, they're relevant.
The Yankees have 1. So he's brought the Red Sox back from nothing. But the revolving door that has been their general manager position since Theo left has been less than stellar.
Do you think you're a Yankee fan, I'm a Red Sox fan, like you were saying, do you think that it's hard as a general manager, like being in a big market like Red Sox, they can't blow up the team? Like, it's not Bloom's team.
Yes. Right.
He can't blow it up and start from
Absolutely.
scratch.
That's a great point, Joe. So what you're saying is, I get what I think you're saying. You can't
do a fire sale in this type of market.
Start like if you're the Marlins, you can't have a fire sale. Like they did that once back in 2012.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
when they got rid of
traded
Adrian Gonzalez, they got rid of
Manny.
Josh Beckett, they got rid of Carl Crawford. Everybody got shipped to the Dodgers because I was at Fenway that night. And it was like a funeral procession.
Yeah,
and they got smacked around by the Royals.
Yeah, we talked about that a few episodes ago, like that trade that happened, and we're like, oh my God, the Red Sox are on a fire sale. They're just dumping everybody off.
You can't do that, right? Because no matter what sport it is, I know that the Patriots have been the model sports franchise over the last 20 years. The New England Patriots have been the greatest, okay? The Celtics have done their thing. The Bruins have won a cup. But Boston is a Red Sox town. It will always be a Red Sox town. Just like New York will always be a Yankees town. Doesn't matter the Giants, Jets, Knicks, Rangers. Doesn't matter who wins any championships. New York City is a Yankees town. And so it's what you're saying, Joe. You can't just go in there and just blow up the team because that's a thankless job.
Yeah,
because you can't you got to go in there and be perfect, or you're gonna get scraped. The fans are not going to have patience. Well, Yankee fans, we don't have patience.
Yeah, I mean, I think of all the big players that are involved in the ownership groups out there in Boston, right? Sports ownership groups. It's they have to be careful about how they do it, but I think for sure they have to do something. And whether that means they're going to have to overspend to get some players, you need some pitching. You have no pitching staff, legitimately no pitching staff.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that has haunted the Boston Red Sox for years now, is not having that guy. Chris Sale was supposed to be that guy. And what a really rough time it's been for him.
Right.
And you hate to see it, but next year's a new year. They spent, I shouldn't say that they're not spending any money. They spent a boatload of money on Trevor Story. And for the most part, he was good, but he was hurt a lot. You know what I mean? And with the Yankees having such a good season, it's really going to put a sour taste in Boston's mouth. And you may see them make some really significant moves in the offseason to get to get some players.
And that was my whole point of having this Red Sox discussion. Thank you. This shows that we're always right here, man.
Yeah.
We brought it right back to where I wanted to go.
Right
Great
back.
job, Notter, because that brings me to what I wanted to say.
That's what you call a layup.
That is. It's like 60 minutes throwing softballs
Alley-oop.
to Joe Biden last night.
Alley-oop, layup.
Yeah. It was
Lots
like
of different words to it.
Yeah, like I said, 60 minutes reporter lobbing softballs to Joe Biden last night.
Yeah.
Right? You just lob me a softball. I'm going to knock it out of the park right now. The Red Sox are not getting Aaron Judge.
No.
I'm telling you right now, because
That was-
Red Sox fan perspective again, Joey Stats. As a Red Sox fan, you want Aaron Judge. Do you need Aaron Judge?
You don't need Aaron Judge.
What do you need?
You need a lot of things, and it's not Aaron
Pitching
Judge.
is what you need.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
Because the Red Sox aren't in last place because
That's why I was saying they need a fire sale.
Yes.
If that's the thing that they could do, they can't. They need to start fresh. They need something to completely, revamp the team, because you can't go out and pick up these free agents and make trades that you're not going to get the team that you want right now,
Right.
especially with Bloom there. So
yes.
I don't know.
They need pitching first and foremost. Again, Red Sox fan point of view, you need pitch. I want pitching. I'd love to, of course, you'd love to have anybody in their right mind would want Aaron Judge playing right field for them or center field or wherever. But that's not addressing a need, right?
Right.
It's not addressing the need.
I didn't think going out and getting Trevor Story was addressing a need for Boston.
No,
to be honest with you, it was not.
And he's giving them a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't a priority in my eyes. But then again, who wouldn't want Trevor Story on their team?
Correct.
Again, you know what I mean? I get why they did it. I think Boston kind of swept in and was like, man, we better get him before somebody else does.
It's Band-Aid fixes.
Absolutely.
Band-Aids.
And they also
Short-term.
did it because they also know that there's more than likely a chance that they lose Devers or Bogarts, and they needed that infielder with a power bat and could get on base, which they're going to lose one of those guys. And that's exactly why they did it. They're not going to be able to afford all three of them.
No, there's not.
And by the way, that whole Aaron Judge thing, when they interviewed him, Judge was giving the answer that he's been sticking with all year long. Yeah, well, Boston's got a great fan base. They're used to winning. We'll see what happens at the end of the year. He's been saying that about every team that he's been linked to.
But Sox fans are just going to.
No, you know who did it? It was Jared Carrabis.
Oh, of course.
Jared Carrabis and his Twitter clickbait fandom caused this uproar in the Twitterverse about Aaron Judge becoming a Boston Red Sox outfielder.
Right.
And it's like, come on, man. That's never going to happen.
Right.
And everybody's like, oh, well, Johnny Damon did it. Johnny Damon. Are we really comparing Johnny Damon to Aaron Judge right
Jacoby Ellsbury did it.
But you're going to
Jacoby
listen.
Ellsbury did it.
You're also got to consider the source. Jared Carrabis did it because the Yankees live in Jared's head rent-free, 24/7, 365.
Free.
He would rather see sometimes I believe that Jared would rather see the Yankees lose than the Red Sox win.
And
if it helped, if it hurt the Yankees on the way past, then even better for him.
Yeah,
because that's all he cares about. He's always trying to dig on the Yankees.
So he's obsessed with the Yankees. That was like that online sports page, NewJersey.com, that puts their headlines as the most unbelievable things ever. And then you click on it, and the article is just a bunch of rubbish. It's just trash. So that's all that was.
And that's always been New York media, right? And especially now, the media is where every year that goes by, it seems like the media gets worse and worse and worse, right? Because drama sells newspapers.
Sure.
Right? Here's for instance, I'm going to step outside the baseball world for just a second. Okay. And by the way, I'm going to talk about the New York Giants for just 1 second. And by the way,
Victory Monday.
It's Victory Monday.
Let's go.
Once again for the second week in a row. Sorry. Listen, I see you shaking your head over there, Joey Stats, but your Patriots pulled one out yesterday.
Yeah, we pulled one out.
Win.
That was
Very
a tough grinding win. Something that Belichick would like.
None of us picked the Patriots, by the way.
Mac showed up. Mac showed up.
Yeah,
he looked pretty good.
And the last drive he showed up. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
It was good.
But to my point, yesterday, Giants big win yesterday for the New York Giants. Okay, played great defense. We have the number 1 defense in the league on third down right now, which is huge.
That's played Baker Mayfield. Come on.
Crazy. Well, it doesn't matter. You have to play the games on your schedule, right? You have to win the games. You still have to win. You still have to go out and you have to make plays. It's still the NFL. You have to make plays. You guys beat Mitch Trubisky.
Yes, I agree.
But there's only a few quarterbacks in the league that are elite, and the rest of them are meh. But you still have to go out and make plays. Daniel Jones made a play yesterday when we needed him to.
He actually
with
did.
His feet, not with the throwing the ball, because he still makes terrible decisions. We could have easily lost that game if he had thrown the Carolina defensive back would have made a catch. Right, that's why he's playing defensive back, because that's the receivers that can't catch.
Right
there, we'd have lost that game because he threw it right to that guy and he dropped it. But he made a play with his feet to get that first down to ice the game at the end. So, and all this Giants are winning. They're 2-0 for the first time since 2016. Everybody's happy except one guy. And I'm not going to say the reporter's name, but he's on Twitter reporting that Kenny Golladay cleaned out his locker and left before the 15-minute cooldown period, because NFL has that 15-minute cooldown period before they let reporters into the locker room after a game.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny Golladay, who has been non-existent in our offense, and we paid a lot of money for him
since the beginning.
I think he's got 2 catches. So, but he cleaned out his locker and left. But this is what that guy's reporting on. Instead of reporting on the Giants won a game and they're 2-0, blah, blah, blah. He's reporting that there's drama in the locker room. Now, thankfully, one of the team captains stepped up and said, no, he had somewhere to go, and he left and he said goodbye to everybody and he walked out of the locker room.
Yeah.
That's not how it went.
Right.
So, get your facts straight before you start reporting. And that's not to go off on a whole tangent on that, but that's my point. It's big city media, especially New York. They want to report drama. Same with the whole Aaron Judge thing. If the Yankees start doing good and they're going to start doing better again, and they're looking like they could build up some momentum going into October, going into the playoffs. Dollars to donuts. There's going to be some reporter out there that's going to try to dig up some drama to try to derail it, because that's what sells newspapers.
Well, they're getting the
clickbait.
They're getting the jump on the offseason, because Aaron Judge is going to be this will probably go down as one of the most watched and most anticipated off-season free agent signings that we're ever going to see.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I mean, you can go and say Garrett Cole, you can go and say whoever, but Aaron Judge is the face of baseball right now.
Absolutely.
And if he's a free agent, and if he doesn't sign with the Yankees, it will be the biggest sports story. It will go down as one of the biggest sports stories in history.
I just don't want it to ruin my Thanksgiving.
As far as like free agency and stuff like that goes. Yeah.
I don't want it to ruin my holiday season coming up, because I know I'm going to be worried about it. I'm going to get the Pepto-Bismol ads, get them fired up, the Pepto-Bismol ads.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
supporting Bronx baseball and beer.
Galladay's had 4 snaps, 2 catches.
Yeah. That's right. He's got 2 catches this season. So
Yeah.
he's not fit. Listen, Dable didn't sign him. Schoen didn't sign him. That was previous administration. He's on the team. We'll try to fit him in, but if he's not a good fit for the team, he's not a good fit for the team. So I think they should cut him loose or try to trade him. Trade him for DK Metcalf.
I wouldn't mind having DK and Big Blue.
So, but let's get back to the Yanks. We lost 2 or 3 this weekend.
Just saying, that's it.
Go Giants. 2-0. We got Dallas next week. It's going to be awesome.
Oh,
so that should be a good test, because Dallas had a good one yesterday too.
Mm-hmm.
We won. We swept the Sox. We won both there. We went into Milwaukee on a 5-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak, and we lost 2 or 3 in Milwaukee. One of those games we absolutely should have won. The Friday night game, and we lost in extra innings.
Yep.
Or we lost in the bottom of the ninth. Clay Holmes again, not stepping up. And then we got smoked on Saturday. And then yesterday, we're beating the brakes off them. And then Clay Holmes and Clark Schmidt could not get the job done in the 9th inning, and ended up being way closer than they should have been, 12-8. But Aaron Judge, homers number 58 and 59.
Just keeps on
going, man. God. So let's talk about that. Okay, enough about the Yankees for right now. Let's get to what everybody wants to talk about.
This is what everybody's talking
about. Aaron Judge. We said a few weeks ago that we didn't want to talk about Aaron Judge until the Yankees started winning again. We're winning again, but now it's real. 59 home runs. We're 2 away from the American League record. And I don't care. There's a lot of debate going on social media. I don't care what anybody says. The record is 73. It's in the books as 73. You could put an asterisk if you really feel that self-important that you want to put an asterisk next to it, go ahead. But it's still 73.
It is. That's the record. That's
Okay.
what
The
it's
American League record is 61
Mhm.
by Roger Maris. The Yankees record is 61. Judge is 2 away from that. It's a lot of hoopla. It's a lot of fanfare. The pressure's going to be on him. Here's the good thing. He's hitting 316. The American League batting champ, Aziz, he's hitting 317. Judge is 0.1. He's 1 point away from being the triple crown contender. Well, he already is. No one's going to catch him. He's got 127 RBIs. He's got 59 home runs. He's leading home runs by 24 or 22, something like
next
that.
closest is
30
Schwarber.
37.
I think Schwarber's got 36
37.
or 37. Yeah, that's the next closest, which is wild.
Yeah. And then
You
he's
know?
got 127 RBIs. And I don't know who's the next closest guy, Joey.
120 RBIs.
who's-
I think
who's-
we did this last time,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Who's next
It
closest?
might even be Schwarber. It might be
Maybe
the same.
Schwarber.
I'm pretty sure he's up there.
And he's
Nobody in the American
he's
League
hitting
is-
three. He's tied with Xander at 316,
Yep.
Correct.
and he was 4 for 5 yesterday with 2 home runs and a piss missile double,
Mhm.
and 4 RBIs.
Yeah,
5
just-
RBIs. 5 RBIs.
I mean, what we're seeing, and if if people don't really have any idea what you're watching with Aaron Judge, you're seeing one of the most historical offensive seasons in baseball history.
It's absolutely insane.
What this guy is able to do day in and day out. He single-handedly is winning baseball games for the New York Yankees.
Yes.
And we're gonna get into this MVP debate and CC Sabathia and Shohei Ohtani in a little bit. But if you are a baseball fan, you are seeing a very magical baseball season this year. Not only do you have Aaron Judge and his historic run, you got Albert Pujols. You're starting to see baseball. Aaron Judge is putting baseball back on the map single-handedly.
Yes, sir.
And
Between him and the other guy,
yeah,
Shohei Ohtani.
yeah. I mean, this is what we wanted, right? This is what Yankee fans wanted. This is what baseball fans wanted. They wanted an exciting season. They wanted to see the home run ball. They wanted to see records, and we're getting it.
Yes.
We're finally getting it. And Aaron Judge does not sway. He's just, nothing bothers him. He's consistent. This is the Aaron Judge that we have all been waiting for, right? Now, don't get me wrong. He's a great ball player, one of the best to do it, but we haven't seen this offensive explosion from him, which is what we've been waiting for. You want to know why? Because he's healthy.
Yes.
Because he's healthy for the first time in his career.
Yep.
You hope that it's not too late, because he is 31 years old and he's going to be looking for that mega deal, and whoever's going to be paying him that money is going to expect to see the 50 plus home run seasons every single year, which, for those who don't know, guys, 50 plus home runs in a season doesn't happen too often.
It doesn't, especially nowadays.
Not consistently.
in the dead ball era.
But the crazy thing is that he's leading everyone. There's nobody close to the numbers that Aaron Judge is putting up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be sad if, in fact, he decides to leave. But we're seeing something very special here. He's going to get 61. There's no doubt in my mind. And he could get, he's on pace right now to hit like 70. I think 70 was the last number I saw. So listen, he is just unbelievable. And thank God we have him on our team, because we wouldn't be where we're at right now without him.
Absolutely. And Billy's watching. Billy
What's up,
Everett is
Billy
watching,
Everett?
our favorite Met fan.
How about those Mets?
Yeah, how about
Ugh.
those Mets?
Getting swept by the
Stop worrying about whether Aaron Judge is coming to the Mets, because he's not, and worry about the Atlanta Braves right now. That's what you should be worried about.
Game back.
Right? They're a game back, and they're coming. And your boy Jacob deGrom did not look so good yesterday.
Did you see that home run that
It's still going.
what's his name hit?
Contreras?
It's still going.
Cruz.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from the Pirates. Holy
O'Neal Cruz.
smokes.
That was an absolute.
That was the hardest.
rocket,
I think
dude.
the stat was it was the hardest hit.
Yeah.
Statcast home run off of Jacob deGrom. Ever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like
Yes.
103 or 104 miles an
Yep.
hour. So
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not saying that deGrom's not a good
Oh,
pitcher.
he's a
I'm
stud.
just saying. What about the kid from Houston that's got 24 straight quality starts?
I
No one
had-
talks enough about this kid.
Nobody's
I can't
talking
remember
about
his name right
Hey,
now.
not for nothing. Nobody's talking about the Houston Astros, and I have to give a quick shout out to the dudes over at 3-0 Take.
Yeah.
Friends of ours, we like them. They're going to be coming on a show soon. Their next episode is literally nobody's talking about the Houston Astros. That's what the title
That's
is
what they
called.
like.
And guess what? It's true. And the Astros are quietly starting to. I mean, they're almost at 100 wins, right? I think they're at 96 wins.
Yes.
So 4 away. And the Astros are really good. They're really, really good. And nobody's talking about them because everybody's focused on Aaron Judge and everybody's focused on Pujols and Ohtani. But that's exactly what the Astros want. They want to fly under the radar because they've been on everybody's radar since 2017. And that's That's what it's going to be.
Yep.
They're playing great baseball.
Yeah, and listen, their guys, they play good baseball. You know, we can joke about 2017 all we want, but at the end of the day, they're a solid baseball team. They hit well. They're well managed because Dusty's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But no one's talking enough about Framber Valdez.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking. Everybody's like, oh, Jacob deGrom. Oh my God, Jacob deGrom is so good. No. Framber Valdez.
25 straight quality starts.
25, dude.
That's wild.
No, he's not getting enough attention with the Cy Young talk because he's pitching after Justin Verlander, who's having a fantastic year.
Absolutely.
But because no one knows the guy, you know, I don't want to use
he was good in the playoffs.
The Hispanic player card either. But this guy is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I had a discussion with the Astros fan online last night, and we were both. He's like, "Wow, I can't believe a Yankee fan is actually admitting." I'm like, "Dude, I love baseball, so why wouldn't I acknowledge somebody who's great?" So Framber Valdez, man, this kid is awesome. He doesn't get talked about enough because he's in Houston. He's not in this area. DeGrom pitches for the Mets, and listen, again, DeGrom's a very good pitcher. But Framber, I think he's better because not only does Framber get good starts, he goes deeper than the fourth inning.
Yeah,
because DeGrom doesn't. His win totals are low and his ERA is low because he doesn't get to the order. And we've talked about this before. He doesn't see the third time through the order,
right?
Because that's when guys start figuring him out. O'Neal Cruz, 425 feet.
Woo! I love that dude. I love O'Neal Cruz. He's a stud.
Yeah.
Dude's a stud.
Danny Cardona
What's
says,
up, Danny?
Yep.
One of the Bronx Muchachos.
Bronx Muchachos in the house. He says Verlander and Framber, the 1-2 punch is going to be a tough out.
Probably next to Scherzer and DeGrom, the best 1-2 punch in the playoffs.
Yep. I can't wait, man.
How much longer can Verlander do it for? He's 39 now. You think about that?
He's married to Kate Upton, man. His virility is right there. She keeps him on his toes, for lack of a more appropriate term.
Yeah, the thing about Verlander is he hasn't, the guy didn't throw a pitch for 2 years in the big leagues, and he's coming back and he's pitching like he's 25 years old again. You know, throwing the ball close to 100 miles an hour in the seventh inning. That is not human. That's not human, man. That new ligament they put in his elbow has got to be made of something funky because that's crazy.
Rubber band.
That's some pretty serious surgery that he had. But no, and Danny's 100% right. Verlander and Framber are a phenomenal 1-2 punch, especially in a 5-game series, a division series, or even to start a World Series, right?
Tough.
Like those two right off the rip. However, Verlander doesn't really have great numbers in the postseason.
We'll see.
He hasn't really ever been a good postseason pitcher.
Listen,
we'll see what happens.
If there is in fact baseball gods, there will be a Yankees, Astros, ALCS. It will go 7 games. It will come down to the last out.
I don't know, man.
I want it. I want it.
Oh,
give it all to me. I want it.
Of course, we want it. Can we talk about a serious problem that the Yankees have right now?
Yes.
And this is. I'm not going off topic here. For the record, I'm just going to go on record as saying that this Frankie Montas situation, did I not tell everyone?
Yes, you did.
That we shouldn't go after him. I mean, I'm not happy that we got him because I think next year he's going to be great.
Yes.
You know what? This guy is on the IL with a shoulder problem.
He was on the IL with a shoulder problem.
He's on the IL with a shoulder problem. Yeah, we're going to go trade for him. Then he had a death in the family, so he didn't pitch for like a week. And then he was still on the IL. And now he's probably going to go back on the IL with a shoulder problem. This is a serious issue. This dude had a 3.35 ERA in Oakland.
Yep.
Comes over to the Yankees, 6.59 ERA. He's shown glimpses of being a very, very good number 2.
Yes.
But it's clear as day, those numbers just don't happen for the most part.
We traded Jordan Montgomery for Jordan Montgomery.
We traded Jordan Montgomery for somebody who's worse than Jordan Montgomery. Look at all of the players that we got at the trade deadline. Benintendi has been great, but he's hurt. Not his fault, just a freak injury, right? Montas is out with a shoulder injury, which they knew about. And then we got Bader, who still isn't back yet.
Yep. So soon, this week, by the way.
Soon, he's coming. But I have concerns. Our pitching is not going to get it done.
Yeah.
It's not going to get it done. Unless Severino can come back. Our 1-2 punch is going to be Garrett Cole and Domingo Germán.
No, it's Nestor. Listen, Nestor's been our best pitcher.
Nestor's been on the IL. Mind you, he's come back, but he hasn't gotten his innings up. He needs to build that back up again. But guys, we're going to go in and beat Houston with the pitching rotation that we have. That's if Montas isn't healthy. And even if Montas is healthy, is he even going to be consistent enough to do anything?
I don't want to be a half-empty guy. So let's just hope for the best. Hopefully we'll throw it together. We got a lot of guys coming back. Rizzo came back yesterday and immediately hit a home run. First at bat, bong, home run.
Yeah.
Him and Judge went back to back.
And before, and I gotta just bring this up real quick. Before we move on and talk about the Ohtani Judge MVP conversation and the CC Sabathia comments, can we just talk about Josh Donaldson for a second? The dude finally he comes back from paternity leave. He's hitting 250. I'm sorry, no, he's hitting 333, 3 home runs, 7 runs, 5 RBIs. 152 WRC plus.
Can he continuously get his wife pregnant?
This is my thing. Why? If you remember correctly, Gleyber Torres went through this when his wife was pregnant. When his wife was pregnant, he didn't play very well. And then she had their child and he played great. I think these guys, I know we give them a lot of flack and we give them a lot of issues as far as the way they perform. These guys also have lives.
Yeah, they're humans.
They're human beings. So if you don't think that Josh Donaldson is in Oakland or playing wherever thinking, oh man, I hope my wife's okay. Like she's ready to go any minute. And he's got to hop on a plane and hopefully make it to the hospital to see their kid.
I know it.
You can tell he's so much more stress-free now.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were going to go somewhere completely different with that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they should plan to be pregnant before the season. And then they'll have a stellar season.
Yes.
But
so
life
listen,
happens.
Get a few of these guys to be parents before the season starts.
Right.
And guess what? We're winning 100 games.
Yeah, you're absolutely
100%.
right, Notter. They're human beings. I mean, listen, I was deployed while my wife was pregnant with my son, with Dylan. I was deployed for 6 months of that, 9 months. So, and I came home and 3 weeks later we had a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can understand what it's like to not be home and to worry. So I get it, man. It's
I worried and I was home.
Like, I wasn't playing baseball.
Yeah, I wasn't playing baseball either. But like for Donaldson to come back, like, dude, I don't even care what Donaldson did in the regular season. I know he had his drama. I know he had his the Tim Anderson thing and just like some of the laziness that he's shown throughout the year. I don't care about any of that anymore because if he's doing what he's doing right now in the playoffs, that is such a boost to our lineup because Donaldson is a really good baseball player. 100%. He's a really good hitter. He just has not been there this year. And I know this is the type of Josh Donaldson that the Yankees wanted when we made that trade for him. You know what I mean? So listen, we're happy for Donaldson. We're glad that his child is happy and healthy. And we're even happier that he's finally starting to bring the rain.
Yes.
As the bringer of rain usually does.
All right. Listen, I want to get into the Ohtani and Judge thing, but real quick, Justin, let's get a commercial break real quick. Let's roll out with some love for the sponsors. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll be fresh. Let's talk about Ohtani. We'll talk about Judge and CC Sabathia's comments towards both men.
Yes.
Bronx Baseball and Beer coming back right after this.
SeatGeek.
Oh, yeah. My life used to be quite boring. Just sitting on the couch, at the office, the occasional restaurant. But now, wow, I'm living the dream. This week alone, I've been to 2 basketball games and a concert. I've never felt more alive in my life. Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Use code BronxBBB.
$1.99, $200. Here it is. The treasure is down there. Well, start digging. Quicker. Dig quicker. Here, drink a Red Bull. Better. Can you see it? How much is there? Hello? Have you found the treasure? Hello? Hello?
Red Bull gives you wings.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. We're ready to talk about something that our guy, we love CC. It's been no secret that Notter and I man crush on CC, but CC said something very controversial the other day. CC Sabathia said, and this is a direct quote from CC Sabathia, Shohei Ohtani is the best baseball player ever. Not in 2022. Ever. 138 years of baseball. Recorded baseball. Shohei Ohtani is the best player ever. Give me your thoughts.
Listen, I agree with CC Sabathia when he said that Ohtani is the best player in the game, because there's two different quotes. He said he was the best baseball player ever. That was the more recent one.
Yep.
And then the other one was he's the best player in the league. I agree with CC Sabathia in saying that he is the best player in Major League Baseball.
I agree with that.
I 100%
nobody
agree
should
with that, because
nobody should disagree with that.
Because here's the deal. You can talk about Aaron Judge. You can talk about Mike Trout. You can talk about Mookie Betts. Nolan Arenado. There's plenty of guys. What Shohei Ohtani has done, not only as a hitter, but as a pitcher as well. Let me put it to you this way. Shohei Ohtani is hitting 400-foot home runs, hitting 30, 35 home runs a season, winning MVPs, All-Star game. And he's got better pitching statistics than Garrett Cole.
Facts.
Now, you can say what you want about Ohtani and, he doesn't have the same amount of innings pitched and this, that, the other thing. You know, some of the arguments that people say, which blows my mind. He doesn't play the field. What? The dude is a stud. He's a two-way player, a good two-way player. But this is the problem that people are having a hard time understanding. We've never seen a two-way player before.
No, this generation has never.
We've never seen one. And you can say what you want about Babe Ruth. I wasn't around. I wasn't even.
There's no one alive right now that saw Babe Ruth
ever saw Babe Ruth play. Different time, different game of baseball, different brand of baseball. Shohei Ohtani is the best player. Well, I got to be careful how I say this because I don't want to go back on my words. Barry Bonds is the best player I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Same.
But like right now, Shohei Ohtani is the best actual player, all-around baseball player I've ever witnessed in my life, because there isn't anybody that can do what he does. There isn't.
Yes.
It's just plain and simple. I agree 100% with CC Sabathia on that. The MVP situation, however, and I'm going to let you guys get your thoughts too, because I want to hear Joe's on this too.
Yes, I'm going to let Joe go ahead.
We'll go into the MVP discussion after, but I think Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball right now. I wouldn't go as far as to say ever, because I just don't know, and I don't think if anybody knows if he's going to be able to keep up with what he's doing right now, especially on his body, his mental toll. Scott, you tell me what you think, and then we'll go to Joe.
All right, I'll go ahead and go first before Joe goes. So we're going to compare. I'm going to do a little comparison between the two, numbers wise. Okay. And I didn't go with pitching wise. I just went head to head hitting, because everybody knows Ohtani's a fantastic pitcher. I mean, he's 10 strikeouts a game. I mean, give me his pitching. I know you got it up right there. Give me his pitching.
I got it right here. So this year alone, he's 13-8, 2.43 ERA, 25 games started, 148 innings pitched, 196 strikeouts with a WHIP of 1.04.
That's nuts.
And I mean, even if you take the wins and losses out of it, which nobody really pays attention to anymore anyway, that's Cy Young. That's Cy Young numbers.
It is
better than Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
I mean, actually,
I can't argue.
I think better than Scherzer. He might even have better numbers than Scherzer.
Can't argue.
And then guess what? Let's put him up to hit, and he'll hit 450-foot home runs all day long.
Well, so let's go head to head as far as at bats go. Okay, Judge, 714 games. Ohtani 550 games.
Mm-hmm. These are all.
Judge has half a season more.
Got it. Okay.
Of Major League service than Ohtani does.
Mm-hmm.
Judge has 737 hits. Ohtani has 509. Judge has 118 doubles, 99 for Ohtani, 4 triples for Judge, 21 for Ohtani, which actually shocked me.
21 triples?
Yeah, 21 triples.
Who's
for his size?
To have 21 triples? Are you kidding me right now?
For his size,
I didn't even know that. And he can run. Dude's got wheels.
Judge has 217 home runs. That's a lot of home runs for a guy who's been in the league 5 years.
That's a lot of home runs.
And Ohtani has 127.
Yeah.
Judge has 493 RBIs. He's creeping up. He'll get to 500 before the end of the season. Ohtani has 336. Judge's career average 284. Ohtani 265. Slugging 584 for Judge. 354 I'm sorry, 536 for Ohtani.
Mhm.
OPS 976 for Judge, 890 for Ohtani. And here's where the rubber meets the road. And here's what I'm gonna counter it with this. I agree with you about him being the best player on the planet. I agree with this.
Yep.
But we were talking about MVP and who should win the MVP. That's the red or blue dress argument on Facebook for the last 2 months. And if you remember that whole, is it pink or is it red or blue
dress?
whatever?
I do remember that, actually.
This Ohtani or Judge is that argument right now.
Yep.
Okay, because it's got to be Judge, and here's why. You look at their WAR, career WAR. Judge is 35.9. Ohtani, including pitching, Ohtani is 23.9.
Mhm.
He's 12 points higher than Ohtani.
It's wild.
And this year, I think he's like 2 or 3 games more than Ohtani is this year. If you look up that for me, what their wars are for this season.
Well, then you got to figure you got to add Ohtani's WAR as a pitcher.
Well, that's you average it out. I think it's whatever WAR they give you, that's factored in.
Right.
But here's the other thing, and this is where I hate the term MVP, because the MVP award is not the MVP award.
Mhm.
The MVP award is the best player in the league award. I had an idea that I put up on Facebook the other day. They should name an award for the best player in the league. Call it the Roberto Clemente Award, and give it to the best player in baseball. Separate that from the most valuable player, because the most valuable player, by definition, is the player who's most valuable to his team.
Mhm.
I'm not saying Ohtani's not valuable to the Angels, because obviously he's valuable to the Angels. So they have 2 of the best players in the world on their team, but they're 20 games below 500.
Yeah,
they're 30 games out of first place.
So Ohtani's WAR is 8.2 and Judge is 9.7.
Yeah, so he's a point and a half, game and a half ahead.
And that's with
that game and a half is huge, because when you look at those games, look at Judge's.
Oh yeah, there's no
Judge's
doubt.
9.7,
9.7, 8.2.
9.7. That's 10 games. Without those 10 games that Judge is worth, Yankees are maybe not even in the playoffs right now.
I mean, look how
He's the most valuable player in the American League. He's the most valuable player in the Yankees. He's the most valuable player in the American League. And to quote Brian Mack, it's not even close.
So here's my thought on that. And I'm going to agree that Aaron Judge should unanimously win the most valuable player award in the American League. There's no doubt about it. There's no question. As far as his, like you said, Scott, without Aaron Judge, the Yankees aren't in first place. They're not in first place. It's clear as day. I mean, how many walk-off wins did he have? How many times did he have 3-4 RBIs in the game? And that's the only run support they got, and they won, right?
Yep.
Now, look at it from a different point of view. I'm an Angels fan. We have a really shitty baseball team. Let's just be perfectly honest. It is what it is, right? We have 2 of the best players on the planet, and we cannot figure out how to win baseball games.
Yeah, it's odd.
Shohei Ohtani's value to the Angels is something that cannot be matched, because not only is he hitting, he's hitting for power, he's driving in runs, then he goes out on the bump and pitches.
Yeah.
And you're taking up a top end. He's a number 1 starter for any team on the planet right now. And then he comes up and you know that there's a solid chance he's going to get on
base. He did
base.
it yesterday.
Right.
Yesterday he was lights out on the mound.
How many games in a row did he strike out 10 guys or more? Like 9?
Yeah, he was lights out on the mound yesterday, and he hit a home run.
So when you say most valuable player, Shohei Ohtani is the most valuable player in baseball because of his dual threat ability, right? And he's the most valuable player for the Angels because they need him more than anybody. They need him more than Mike Trout just to even come close to winning games, which they can't even do to begin with.
Right.
Aaron Judge, however, Aaron Judge is the guy because they are winning baseball games because of Aaron Judge.
We are in a pennant race.
Yes, because
of Aaron Judge.
Yes, because
that's why Aaron Judge.
Let's not forget when everybody on the Yankees roster, lineup, whatever, just stopped showing up.
And here's another thing.
Aaron Judge is the only one that did not falter.
Here's another thing. Another point I want to make, Notter. We have not seen Shohei Ohtani do it with any kind of pressure on him whatsoever.
That's
he's got free reign. There's zero pressure for him to perform in Anaheim.
His pressure comes from the pitching end because he knows he's not getting any run support.
Correct, but there's not. Put him in a pennant race.
Yeah, we don't know.
Put him in a pennant race. Put him on the Yankees. See if listen. I'm willing to go where CC went with it. if you can put him on a contending team and he can do the same thing he's doing right now with that pressure on him, because that pressure is immense. Because listen, Anaheim Angels are the Mets of Los Angeles. Let's call it what it is. Okay.
But you're not competing with the Dodgers.
You're not competing with the Dodgers. And the Mets are having a great season. Yeah. We get it. But the Mets have been irrelevant for 40 years. The Angels won a World Series in 2002. They've been fringe for a couple of years, but they're not good. Okay, they're a poorly run organization. The owner sucks. The general manager sucks. Since Socha retired, which that poor bastard
Mike Socha
was hanging on. I love that guy. He was a great manager.
I liked him,
but they
too.
gave him.
Wasn't Socha one of the ones that started the shift? Was he one?
He was.
He was kind of, but him and his buddy Joe Madden.
Joe Madden was the guy, but Socha was big on it too when the shift first started. Yeah, absolutely. Did I cut you off?
No.
Did I interrupt you?
I'm just saying, Judge is doing it in New York in the most pressure-filled environment in Yankee Stadium. The most pressure, the most spotlights are on you. I don't care who you are, or how many games were up, or how many games were out. Your pressure to perform in New York as their guy, especially when you turn down a contract offer. Let's add that to the mix.
Yeah.
Let's throw that little dash in there. Let's Salt Bay that into it, Notter.
Yeah. That's a whole
This guy bet on himself to have this kind of season when the Yankees offer him a boatload of money. Let's be honest. It was $275 million. It was a lot of money. Okay. But he wants more. And he's gonna get it. Whether it's the Yankees gonna give it to him, which it should be. I think the Vegas odds say he will sign with the Yankees. But he's going to get a whole lot more because he bet on himself. He's like, no, I'm going to wait until the end of the season because I'm going to rip it up this year. And by God, this dude's killing it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I thought he would have a good season, but nobody saw a Triple Crown coming.
No.
He hits a Triple Crown, you might just give him $400 million.
It could come to that. I mean,
$500 million, whatever.
Joe, what do you think, man? I want to hear what you have to say about this whole Ohtani Judge thing.
I think CC's crazy because I won't even announce that I've had the best slice of pizza ever. I don't use the word ever.
Right.
But I do agree that he's probably the best player in the game right now. I think that Ohtani, if you gave him the opportunity to play in the field, he would. I mean, they're not going to, but when someone says that, all he does is hit, if you told the kid that he had to go out and play outfield every day, he would.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I respect about him. I agree with Scottso. He's not on a team that, if he was on a team, but how do we do that? Unless he was, we can't compare the stats at this point.
Right. I think
Aaron Judge is having an unbelievable season.
It's one of the best I've ever seen.
Crazy.
I've ever witnessed.
And he's clean too, by the way.
Yeah.
He's doing it clean. As far as we know. He's doing it clean. There's haters that are out there calling him out saying he's on something. Okay, but that's a great. He's on something. Okay, sure.
I mean, but the one thing that scares me about these contracts, and Judge is going to get it.
Yes.
But if you look at like Tatis and Rodriguez from Seattle, I feel like one of the things that they're doing is giving them too early.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then these guys just tank and they don't care. When you get to the top and you get what you want, do you kind of sit back and be like, "Hey, I got it"?
That's a great point. But to counter what you're saying, Judge is 31. Those kids.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying they waited correctly on Judge.
He's been in for 5 years and he's done it. But now he's really doing it.
Joe makes a really, really great point, and I think that's something that needs to be recognized when you talk about Aaron Judge and you talk about this contract. This guy's 31 years old, like you said. Like you said, Julio Rodriguez. You're looking at Tatis.
That's
who else just got big money? A couple.
Soto,
big money. Yeah, I think it's different. Judge is more mature. Judge has been playing with the same team longer. He's had to work really hard. He's fought injuries and he's fought, diversity as far as like being on good Yankees teams and being on really bad Yankees teams. Yeah. There was a point where a lot of Yankee world was saying, just get rid of Aaron Judge. He's an injury problem. Like he's nothing but a
last
injury.
Last season.
They were saying,
get rid of Stan, get rid of Judge.
Get rid of Stan and Judge. And
Morons.
I'm like, you guys are crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, we're all frustrated with it. But the thing that I love about Aaron Judge and the reason why he's going to get paid is because nothing bothers him.
Correct.
He goes out there every day. He does what he does in a Yankee uniform in the Bronx. And you're seeing it a lot with these younger guys getting all this money. Tatis is doing steroids. He's falling off his motorcycle, acting like a complete fool.
I think you're saying the maturity
ball.
thing is the biggest part.
100%.
I think that when, they're growing up, they're, in Dominican down there at 16 years old. Hey, when I grow up, I want to be a baseball player. I want to make this much money. And you get it at 21 years old. And then you're at the point where you're like, well, what's next? Instead of, hey, I got it. So, where do I go from there? Where
Judge has
at least
maturity.
Judge is mature.
He's unofficially the captain of the New York Yankees.
Oh, he 100%.
We know that.
I can tell you one thing right now, and I think it's pretty much, I would say it's pretty much signed, sealed, delivered. If in fact Aaron Judge decides to sign with the Yankees this offseason, that contract is going to come with a C, and he will be the captain for the New York Yankees until the end of his Yankee tenure. And it's just a matter of how much are they going to sign him for?
Yeah.
What are they going to pay him? I mean, I don't see them signing him, and this is going to be a topic a lot come this offseason when we do the show. I don't see them going anywhere near his 40-year-old year.
No.
I don't think that's a thing.
And he can't reasonably expect that.
No, they can't expect that. I say you give him 6-7 years and you give him a lot of money per year.
Yeah.
You could be looking at 45, 46, $47 million a
Go
year
50
for Aaron
million.
Judge.
Give him $50 million a year.
If he wins a Triple Crown and MVP and gets the Yankees at least into the playoffs and he performs in the playoffs, the Yankees have backed themselves into a corner and realized, oh my God, we're going to have to pay Aaron Judge a lot of money, but we also have the captain of our Yankee team.
It's the future. Aaron Judge is the next 5 years of the New York Yankees. That's how they have to look at it.
What more of a better opportunity to sign Aaron Judge now and give him what he wants? Because guess what you have coming up in the Yankees system? A lot of really, really good farm system players, young guys, Peraza, Cabrera, Volpe's coming, Dominguez is coming. Ooh. You want those players to look at Aaron Judge and be like, that's who I want to be like. Yeah. I want to be like him.
I'm going to throw a wrinkle in there to you guys. So in football, if you sign a guy to a big contract, right, they can opt out. Now in baseball, like a lot of these guys have been, who was this offseason? Correa.
There's none of that.
Correa got the 2-year and then he can opt out. Why can't GMs opt out of some of these big contracts if these people don't, if these players don't?
It's just because the union will allow it.
Would you be opposed to that as a fan?
I don't know. I mean, put it this way:
you're saying like
I hate what the
I'm
NFL
saying, like,
and the NBA has become.
I'm saying if you sign a guy to a huge contract, and they ask for these 2-year opt-out clauses, why can't a GM do it if this guy doesn't perform?
There are contracts that are team options, right? Player can sign a contract. Sometimes there's the last 2 years you sign a 10-year deal, and the last 3 are player options. So each year it's year to year. They also the team option. The team holds an option. Hey, we signed a guy for 7 years. We're 5 are guaranteed, and the last 2 are team options.
Okay,
right? We can pick him up for that.
Didn't we do that with A-Rod?
We did.
Did it with A-Rod? I think we did it with CC.
Yes, we did it with
Or
CC
no, maybe we didn't have a team on. No, he had an op. No, we did.
No, we did it with
like
CC.
a $25 million.
I was thinking like the fact like Fernando Tatis, say he doesn't do anything next year. He's young.
That's built into the contract.
They could say, hey, you lost your contract.
Right, and you want to talk, and we can move on here in a minute after this. And first off, real quick, we want to say hello to Barbara, who just checked in. She goes, hey, y'all, big Yankees fan from Deep Creek, Virginia.
Let's go.
So what's up, Barbara? Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Barbara.
With us. What's up, Rebel? Pain in my ass. He's always on here busting my chops.
He checked into the football show there tonight.
He did, yeah.
Thanks for checking in, Rebel.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rebel. So real quick, you want to talk about like Tatis and everything like that. I just want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on Soto so far.
Listen,
with the Padres,
the Padres have been an absolute nightmare.
Just
dude, where are they at? So bring it up. How many games behind the Dodgers are they right now? They still have a half a game lead for the last wild card spot. So they're still in the playoffs,
isn't it?
But they are an absolute nightmare.
Yeah,
it's awful. It's sad to see what they've become because they have so much talent on that team. But it's just absolutely atrocious what they've been doing. Soto's hurt.
Yeah.
Tatis is hurt.
They're 21 games back.
And they're second place. They're 21 games back, by the way. That's how good the Dodgers are.
It's almost like you got to wonder, like, if Cashman and the Yankees can, like, read the future.
Imagine, let me throw this out at you
Soto,
real quick, Notter.
Yeah, no, go ahead. And I want to go over Soto's last 30 games with.
Let me throw this at you guys real quick before you make that point. Imagine, if you will, and that's not an episode of The Twilight Zone. Imagine, if you will, the Yankees did what the Padres are doing, did at the trade deadline, and it turned out the way it did for the Padres for the Yankees. Imagine there would be pitchforks and torches outside Yankee Stadium. They would burn that place to the absolute ground. That's the difference between a baseball city and a not baseball city, right? yes, the people love their Padres out there, but they're not serious.
What are you
about it.
saying?
It's
If the
California.
Yankees did what?
If the Yankees did,
The Yankees got Soto. and
Yankees
he
got
performed.
Soto, and they had the team that the Padres had, and then they just completely crapped the bed. They did an Amber Heard.
Oh, yeah.
And completely crapped the bed. And now we're 21 games behind the Blue Jays. Imagine because listen, everybody at the trade deadline, which was not too long, it was only 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's really not that long ago.
We were like, yo, the Padres are serious, man. The Padres are making moves. And we said it on this show. Every single talking head on TV that knows anything about baseball. And there were Dodger fans out there that were like, yo, I don't like anything the Padres did. It makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks later, it was a steady decline.
There's some bad juju in that locker room over there.
As soon as the Tatis thing happened,
yep,
everything started going downhill.
Smoking too much pot out there.
I have not even heard the word San Diego Padres unless they were getting throttled by the Dodgers over the last few weeks.
Let me tell you something right now. When I'm going to tell you right now, when the Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis thing happened in the dugout. Remember when they went at each other in the dugout and started screaming, and you could read Manny Machado's lips
last year.
Shout out to John Boy Media for the lip read.
Yep.
He goes, "It's not about you. It's not about you."
Yep.
That San Diego Padres team has always been Manny Machado's team.
Correct.
Always. And that dude is a player. Mind you, I don't really like the way he plays. He's kind of a dirty player, especially when it comes to the base paths. We all know.
I'll take him in New York.
But let me tell you something right now. Manny Machado is a baseball player, and that is his team. And what the Padres did by giving Fernando Tatis over $400 million to a 21-year-old kid.
His head's huge.
His head blew up. And he goes, I'm getting paid more than Manny Machado. And let's not forget, Manny Machado was the first player to get a $300 million contract, followed by Bryce Harper. And then Padres are like, sorry, Manny. Boom. And then you say, let's go get Juan Soto. Let me tell you something, folks. And I was on the Juan Soto train for a long time. I would have traded the world to get Juan Soto on the New York Yankees.
I still want him.
Guys, his last 30 games, he's hitting 184. 0 stolen bases, 20 strikeouts, 28 walks, 11 RBIs, 3 home runs, and only 19 hits.
Can I say something real quick about that?
Well, what about Josh Hader? Something's
too?
going on over there.
Well, Milwaukee knew about that.
Something in the
Milwaukee
water.
was like, yeah, he won Hader. We'll give you Hader. They're like, are you sure about that? Yeah, man.
They knew something was up with Hader.
Knew
That was a
he
brutal
sucks.
move right
He
there,
sucks,
man.
dude.
Wow.
Well, here's what I'm going to say about Soto. I'm going to give you the real estate reference for Soto. Location, location, location. Just like pitching. Same thing with a free agent. You can make all the great trades when you want. You can look good. You get a standing ovation when he comes out. But if it's not a right fit, it is not a right fit. Let's like putting on a pair of shoes. They look great. Put them on that. They don't fit good.
And let me tell you,
Can't
something
walk
right
around
now.
them because they'll cause blisters.
If you're right, and if you think that the Padres are like, what are we gonna do now?
They got to trade him
Because guess what?
They got to get rid of that money.
Even though you got Fernando Tatis who's serving a big suspension, you still got to pay. You still got to pay.
They're in big trouble,
Pay
man.
him.
The Padres are in big trouble.
They've made some. I was shocked when they gave Tatis that money, and then you had Hosmer's money. Was it Hosmer? Eric Hosmer?
Yeah, Hosmer.
$189 million contract for him. And then you paid Manny Machado, and then you paid Tatis. And then you're fully expecting to pay Juan Soto too?
Yeah, where's that guy? What happened to Hosmer, dude?
He went to the Red Sox.
I know, but where has he been? Is he hurt?
Hurt.
I think he's hurt. He
Oh,
hasn't
yeah.
been playing, yeah. But like
Another guy that
Padres-
got a contract too early.
They're in trouble, man.
dude, let me tell you something right now. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if you see the Padres do exactly what the Boston Red Sox did in 2012.
I'm telling you, they have
Fire
to.
sale.
They're in big
Fire
trouble
sale.
because
you know how many teams are going to take Manny Machado's contract because he's been there for he signed 10 years. He's already been there for what, 4?
4 years.
Why not?
You want him.
Yankees,
You can take him.
Red Sox?
Well, you have a third baseman already. He's not very good, but he's
Not
good.
if not if Devers
He's a DH. He's a DH.
Not
Devers
if Devers
sucks.
leaves.
Devers sucks. He's not a good third baseman. He's a great hitter.
Did you see Manny Machado in Philly?
No,
I could see Manny
Stop.
Machado in Philly. I could see him in New
in the
York.
Bronx, baby.
No, I'm
Well,
talking about the other
The
part
Mets
of
are
it.
going. The Reds are going to sign
Hey,
everybody
Philly's
in the
got
offseason.
Philly's still got a shot there in the
Yeah, whatever.
playoffs.
Philly's still in the
I was on
conversation.
Philly was my team in the NL this year. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea.
Well,
But
I'm telling you right now, they're going to have to sell everybody off. They're in trouble.
everyone.
The Padres had a window where the World Series could have been theirs, and that window has slammed shut very
and
loudly.
Hey, and let's not forget they signed Musgrove to an extension.
They got Musgrove, but who else do they got? They have Musgrove. They have Manoa.
No, not Manoa.
Manoa.
They got Clevenger.
Yeah.
They got those
They
guys.
got
love
the guy from the
Clevenger.
A's. And then they got Yu Darvish out there. There's no reason why they should be so bad. but there they are. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to get eliminated.
Joe said it. It's drama. There's way too many egos in that
They're out.
clubhouse.
You guys are Yankee fans. You know what it is. Back
know
in the
exactly
day
what it
when
is.
Cashman used to try and build and sign free agents and pick and we'll have A-Rod, this guy, this. There's a lot of big heads in it.
Fit, man.
You got to be a fit. Exactly. You can't put just big contracts in one dugout and think that it's going to work. It's all about team chemistry.
Just like what I said, my analogy about the shoes. It could be the best looking pair of shoes, the pair that you were looking for. I want them. You get them on. You force them on your feet. They don't fit right, but hey, they still look good, so I'm going to wear them. The next thing you know, your feet are absolutely destroyed.
Bone
blisters,
spurs.
and you can't walk because your shoes don't fit you correctly. And that's exactly what it's like getting a wrong fit with a free agent, Yankees and A-Rod. We did win a World Series with A-Rod, so we can't really knock it that much.
I mean, and think about it.
And he was one of the best players in baseball during his prime.
And we discussed it too. When we can, we can talk about Juan Soto all day long, but when we were discussing Juan Soto, we talked about it. Scott, I asked you, I said, how in the world can the Yankees not go after Juan Soto? How? With all the prospects we have. But then I talked about, well, maybe, just maybe, they're afraid of what would happen in the clubhouse with Aaron Judge and some of the other players if they brought in Soto. Basically, I kind of was alluding to the fact that maybe the Yankees bring Juan Soto in. Aaron Judge takes that as hey, we're ready to replace you if you decide to leave. And they didn't want to do that. But
you just put Aaron Judge in freaking center field and Soto in right.
And you had said, though, no, that doesn't, like, juju in clubhouses like that is no good. But I think it's a problem in San Diego. I really do.
It absolutely is.
Because you have Aaron Judge is a classy guy. He's going to protect his teammates and be that guy all the time. Manny Machado's not going to be that guy. Nope. Tatis ain't going to be that. Look at what Tatis did, thinking about himself over everybody else.
It's a culture thing, man.
Yeah, it is.
It means something. It means something. Clubhouse culture means something.
And that's why it would be an absolute shame if the Yankees let Judge go.
All right. So before we got to move on, we got to get to some more stuff. I know we're already running late, but that's okay. We're here for you guys. We want to talk baseball. We want to talk things. Let's talk about some pennant races. We're going to go through real quick, Notter. American League right now, American League East right now, Yanks still hanging on to that 5.5 game lead over Toronto. Toronto is a half a game ahead of Tampa. So those guys are beating each other. Mm-hmm. The Orioles have kind of fallen off. Red Sox are 17 back. They're not eliminated yet. The Guardians are 4 games up on the White Sox. And next week, I really want to dive into the White Sox.
Oh,
we really want, because everyone knows my favorite manager, Tony La Russa, is taking a leave of absence. Well, I do want to get into that, but not this week. We'll talk next week. The rest of that division is a shit show. Mm-hmm. We won't even go into that. The Orioles would be in first place in that division.
Yeah.
And then out west, the Astros have already clinched. The Mariners are 15 games back. The Mariners are playing great baseball. And as good as they're playing, they're still 15 games back. That's a testament to how great the Astros have played all year. They're 96-51. And they're just really, really a good baseball team. The Angels in 31.5 games out. And then the A's are the worst team in baseball at 43. Over in the National League, the Mets are clinging to life with a 1-game lead on the Braves, who have been playing fantastic baseball. But I will say this, the Mets are winning the games when they have to right now. Mm-hmm. And the Braves are struggling a little bit to close out teams late. We already talked about this the other day.
Yep.
Kenley Jansen has been not as good as he has been all year. And that's killing the Braves, because the Braves could easily have a 3 or 4 game lead right now. But they've blown some games that they should have won on days that the Mets have lost.
Right.
But the Braves win, the Mets win. They do get each other one more time at the last 3 games of the season, which might be fantastic.
Which actually, I was just going to bring that up too, because I believe we're going to be doing a live bar for at least one of the games, the Mets Braves, because we know it's going to be down to the wire.
Yep.
So I think it'll be a lot of fun to do a B3.
Live we are going to do that.
We'll get those dates for you, but we're definitely doing one.
Cardinals right now, they're about to close out their division. I think there's 16 games left, right? 16, anywhere between 14 and 16 games left. They're at 8, so they have 14 games left. They're 8 games ahead of the Brewers right now. That race is over. Dodgers already won their division easily like 2 weeks ago. They're 21 games ahead of the Padres. We'll take a look real quick. Our little B3 wild card. Blue Jays and Rays and Mariners right now are holding those 3 spots, with the Orioles still hanging around at 4 games back. White Sox at 5 games, and the Twins are kind of fringe. They're almost out of it. They're 8 games back in the American League. So it looks like it's probably going to be Blue Jays, Rays, and Mariners. I believe we'll get the Mariners out of it. Or no, I don't know how that works anymore.
I don't even know if I don't know if I want the Mariners.
I don't know if I want the Mariners again.
Scare me, man. They really do.
Over in the National League, the Braves have an insurmountable lead for the top wild card spot. The Braves are going to the postseason. They have an 11-game lead right now over the Padres, who are half a game ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies, and they're 2 games ahead of the Brewers. And that's pretty much it. The San Francisco Giants, who complete nosedive. I mean, from last, they won 107 games.
I know.
They're not even going to win 80 games this year.
Yeah,
they're not even going to be 500 this year.
They really fell off pretty hard.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6 good teams in the National League, and then the rest is it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing in the American League. And as you look at it, it's all the small market teams that aren't putting money back into their same conversation we had going into the season while we were on the strike.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same teams every year. The Marlins, the Reds, the Pirates, same thing every year. They just keep bringing up great talent, drafting well. The only team that's doing what they're supposed to be doing with that is the Baltimore Orioles, and they're starting to reap the benefits of that by actually being in the race, and they're going to finish over 500 this year for the first time in probably a long time.
I think you're going to start seeing the Pirates do that too. I see a lot of life with that Pirates team.
I like that O'Neal Cruz kid, man.
I like O'Neal Cruz.
I
like Brian Hayes a lot. And they secured him, I think, for the next 7 years for like a $80-something million. I like what the Pirates are doing. O'Neal Cruz is a stud. He's gonna be a player for sure.
One thing I did want to mention that between the Mets and the Braves, Ozzie Albies came back for the Braves this weekend, and guess what, Notter? He's out again with a broken finger. So now he's gonna miss the rest of the. That guy cannot, for lack of a better term, he can't catch a break.
Yeah,
like the dude.
I love that. I love Ozzie
He's hurt
Albies
all
too.
the time.
I'm a big Ozzie Albies guy.
I like him. It was a shot in the arm for the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're going to be without him until at least the playoffs. So hopefully he comes back. He broke his hand diving back to a bag.
Yeah, it sucks.
So his finger. So hopefully he gets back. Broken fingers are painful injuries, especially for a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we're going to close it out with our. We talked about wild card races. We're going to talk about our power rankings now. We're coming down to the wire. These are our top 5 teams in Major League Baseball on September 19th, 2022. We got about 3.5 weeks left in the regular season, and it's coming right down to the wire for some of these divisions. Here we go. Number 5 team in your power rankings. We're going to go with the New York Yankees because they're still the Yankees, because they're still in first place in the American League East. Yes, we had a 16-game lead. Yes, it's down to 5.5 games, but we're doing what we have to do to win those games, to stay ahead of the Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays are 13-2 this month.
Mm-hmm.
The Blue Jays are mashing baseball.
They've been really good.
They've been really good, and we're maintaining that lead. So at 5, we're going to keep the Yankees right where they are. Number 4 team, the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves, I could have put them at 3 if I wanted to, but I thought because they're not in first place, I think it would be unfair to the Mets to rank the Braves ahead of them right now, because the Mets are doing what they have to do. So we'll put the Braves at number 4 because their foot is on the gas pedal, and they're making another run to the postseason like they did last year when they won it all. Number 3, obviously the New York Mets. They keep doing what they have to do to stay in first place. It's a seesaw battle. We talked about it already, Notter. We're going to do a live B3 live bar here in the Forward Content Studios. In one of those games, hopefully the Friday night game,
yeah,
we'll get here.
I think we're going to try and do the Friday night
We'll
game.
get some Epicure beer over here. By the way, on Saturday during the hike, we went over to Epicure, and they have a Hellas lager right now. Ooh. Let me tell you, my friend, that Hellas is fantastic.
Well, I guess we know what we're going to be drinking on
Friday. We're going to be drinking that Hellas that night. So number 3 is the New York Mets. Number 2, the aforementioned Houston Astros, not getting enough love.
Mm-mm.
They're the second best team in baseball right now, the second best record with 96 wins. They're quietly breaking right now at the right time. They're peaking at the right time. Their pitching is phenomenal. They're getting just enough hitting. They're going to be a tough out. Houston Astros, number 2. And our number 1 team, it's been this way for a while, for at least 2.5 months. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the best team in baseball. There is no debating it until we get to the postseason. Because everyone knows the Los Angeles Dodgers are a cursed team when it comes to the playoffs, especially when they have the best record in baseball.
Unless you're playing in a 60-game season, then
when you're playing in a short season, all bets are off. They can win. That didn't count, right?
Right. No,
the bubble championships don't count. Bubble rings don't count, right, LeBron?
Yep, that's it.
So that's our power rankings: 5 Yankees, 4 Braves, 3 Mets, 2 Astros, number 1 Dodgers. What do you got, Notter?
I'm happy to say that it's just crazy to me that the season's almost over.
I know it.
I'm like, it's just crazy how quick the season's gone. We've had a lot of fun, and I'm excited for the live bar, honestly, because we haven't done one in a while.
I know.
And we also have maybe something coming up for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Scott.
we have something pretty cool. We aren't announcing it yet because everything is not finalized.
There's a teaser. Scottso put a teaser up on the Instagram, and we might be doing a live spot.
We might be doing a live spot somewhere else. So when it's
like a live spot,
a live
real
live
spot.
spot. Yes, when it's on the road, the
B3 goes
the
on
B3 road show
Yeah.
coming to a town near you. Coming soon. So stay tuned for that.
I kind of want to tell everybody, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
want to tell everybody because it's awesome.
There
it's
is
going to be a lot of fun.
There is a teaser Scottso put up, and it's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on. But I guarantee you guys will have no idea where it is.
I'm not going to tell you either if you ask. So
Nope. And it's going to be during playoff time.
Yes.
And maybe we're going to be watching.
Can I come?
Joe? Can you? I don't know. Dude.
I don't know. Should we bring Joe?
You
Yeah,
guys
I think
gonna
we
like
bring-
blindfold me and bring me there?
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, we could bring.
We're not going to
Joe.
the vineyard, Joe. So
Oh yeah, I'm not allowed at most vineyards anyway.
Yeah, Joe. I think you know what we will do. We'll put the bandana around his eyes and throw him in a van.
yeah,
I like
drive him around in
pillowcase
circles.
over his head and drive around until he gets disoriented.
Joe-
and then we're going to show.
Joe's
him.
definitely coming. Just
Yeah,
throwing that out.
the whole
Joe-
crew's coming.
Yeah,
The whole
everybody's
crew,
coming.
The whole B3 family's coming. We're going to be live on location somewhere in this immediate area.
We'll let you all marinate.
The
with
details
that.
will be available when everything is finalized, but don't ask, but we're not going to tell you until it's final.
That's it.
All right, guys. So
Joe, you
it's
got
been a good
anything else
show,
real
man. You
quick?
got you got anything over there, Joe?
No, not really. I mean,
No.
You got a
been-
softball game tonight?
yeah,
All right,
6:30.
you
we got
guys
to get
playing?
you out of here.
Electrical wholesalers.
Okay.
All right. Well, electrical
All
wholesale.
right, let's go Bird's Eye in New London. Joe plays
Yeah.
for the softball team. Best of luck tonight. And your
E-Man's great steak dinner next Monday.
I think we're all planning on going.
I cannot go.
I'm going to go and stuff
Soccer.
my face probably. Yeah,
Volleyball
I'm gonna
and
probably go
soccer.
and stuff my face. So
Yeah.
we'll
He's
we'll
a
go
great
down there.
sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely. Bird's
Right
Eye's
on.
great.
Awesome. So great show today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget on Wednesday night, B3 Media presents Officially Offsides. We had our first episode last week. It went awesome. Are you going to be there this week?
I'm gonna try and be here.
All right,
Yes.
because last week it was awesome. We had a great time with Brian Mack.
Is Notter
Mike.
here?
I checked in. I'm gonna be working again.
Yeah, this
Working.
guy's
I'm on
Catching
fumes
bad
right
guys.
now. I haven't gotten much sleep over the past 2 weeks, so I'm.
I just drank a Red Bull and I'm doing great. So
Yeah, we'll see. Perfect.
Maybe you
Red
should
Bull.
have-
There it is. Thank you, Red Bull. For
thank you
keeping
for our
me awake at
sponsors
work.
as usual. Great
work.
segue once again, team. Thank you to our sponsors: Red Bull, Canada Dips, Arctic Coolers, SeatGeek. You guys are the best. We love you guys, and thank you again, Angie, for the awesome tumblers.
Yes.
And please go check out her Instagram page. I'll get that right up here. If you want to we'll put that on our Instagram. We'll share that. It's Easy Custom Creations, and it's Easy E Custom Creations to get your custom tumbler, whatever you want. She'll make it and she'll get it out to you. I ordered this on Thursday, and here it is Monday, and it was in my mailbox.
We appreciate that.
Awesome. All right, guys. So Yanks off day today. I said last week that was our last off game. I think this is actually the last off day of the
Yes.
season.
Yep.
We're in Pittsburgh this week, and then we're home for the Boston Red
Awesome.
Sox this weekend. Joey Stats is going to be there. You should do a live check-in from the game on this weekend when you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that.
Do
Just
that
like
for the-
throw
yeah.
it on.
Let's go.
Just get some people going there.
So the Yanks try to close it out. The magic number is 12.
12.
Somewhere out there.
Maybe next week it'll be 62.
Oh,
For
dude,
Judge?
hey, not for nothing. You might be at that game.
You might be at the game.
I might catch that ball.
Now that's
somebody
a
said
story.
someone is-
That's a story.
I think it was Holdred said Judge is going to hit number
he'll probably
62
do it
against the Red
Boston.
Sox. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But we don't know. He's there. If it happens before next Monday, we're going to break in with some
Oh yeah, definitely.
with on the spot coverage. So hopefully we'll be seeing you in the next couple days.
Yeah.
With a live spot. All right. So for the rest of the crew, I'm Scottso Fryer.
Chris, not yet, Notter.
We will see you guys next week on another awesome episode of Bronx Baseball and Beer. See you then, guys.
See you guys.
SeatGeek.
Oh, yeah. My life used to be quite boring. Just sitting on the couch, at the office, the occasional restaurant. But now, wow, I'm living the dream. This week alone, whew, I've been to 2 basketball games and a concert. I've never felt more alive in my life. Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Use code BronxBBB.
$199, $200. Here it is. The treasure is down there. Well, start digging. Quicker. Dig quicker. Here, drink a Red Bull. That's better. Can you see it? How much is there? Hello? Have you found the treasure? Hello? Hello?
Red Bull gives you wings.